I did not charge my phone before trying to film this, and so we may pay for that in a little bit. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Welcome back. If you've seen the couple of the videos that I posted before, hope you have. If not, go check them out. Today, I thought we would talk about the 4 books that I have read in June. Right? Yeah, June, it's now July. I read 1 thriller, 1 like contemporary fiction, and then I read 2 fantasies. We'll go in the order that I read them. I will say at least 3 of these show up in a vlog of some sort. If so, I'm not going to spend so much time talking about them. I will give ratings, things of that nature, but like. So the first one that I finished in June was Beartown by Frederick Backman. I think about this book all the time. I think that every woman should read it, and that's what I'll leave it at. It was a 5 out of 5 stars. It was genius, a masterpiece, if you will. I would hope that this would go on to be a new classic. I said it. 5 out of 5 stars. It was good. Next, we have The Prison Healer by Lynette Noni. This one I rated, I believe I settled on 3.5, I believe. Maybe rounded up to a 4. It was very YA written. It was a very YA book. It was kind of slow, but I do plan to continue on with the series. The next book we have is The Last Time I Lied by Riley Sager. I rated it a 3 out of 5 stars. It was good. It was very slow at the beginning, but once you got into the middle of the book, it kept me intrigued. I did have some opinions that I don't think other people had. That's okay. But yeah, the ending had me a little shook. Not gonna lie, the ending was good. I didn't expect it. But yeah, 3 out of 5 stars. And this last one is the one that I don't think made it into any other videos. And that is Seafire by Natalie C. Parker. This book is about a fleet of pirates that are all women. It's an all-women's crew. And their arch enemies are called the Bullets, and they find one and they end up keeping him captive and going from there. It was very immersive. I ended up rating it a 3 out of 5 stars. Again, it was something that was very YA. You could tell that it was very YA, especially in fantasy. It's definitely a YA fantasy, if you know what I mean. Descriptions were good. It felt like I was on a ship at sea. Really connected to the characters. It was very powerful in like that YA way, if you know what I mean. It didn't really change my life. I hardly ever think about it now, but yeah, it was a 3 out of 5 stars. I listened to the audio version of it, which I recommend. I think I borrowed it on Libby. Now I would like to talk about some of the books that I would like to read in July. So a little TBR, if you will. Some of these are for videos. So with that being said, if you think you know what video is coming out, it should be this weekend. Comment down below what you think it is, because you know, I feel like it might be a little easy to tell. If you think you know what it is, comment down below. I have 5 books that I would like to talk about. Just go ahead and get the first one out of the way. I cannot believe that I'm holding it. This is one of my most anticipated books that I have wanted to read for like ever. Like since it became popular, since people started raving about it, since everybody loved it. One of my best friends, like one of my childhood best friends, told me that I had to read it, like that I would love it. And I need to. I have to. This is Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross. But you know what? I'll be quite honest with you. I don't even know what it's about. I am the tip-top person. I don't know. Spoilers? Nope. If I even think ACOTAR, I have no idea what goes on in that book. I don't know a single trope. And that's because I don't want to know. I don't go digging. I don't go, you know what I mean? I don't want to know. Because whenever the time comes for me to read it, I want to be able to enjoy it. And I want to have that shock factor. I want to almost like in my brain think that no one else has even read this. But then whenever it comes time for me to conversate and have those feelings let out, you know what I mean? People are going to understand because they've already read it. That's how I want this book to be. I don't want to know anything. I do know that there's something about a magical typewriter, and it's a romantasy. That's all I needed to know. I did start the audiobook. I didn't even get like 5% into it. I did not get far into it at all. Barely even started it. But I did start it, and whenever I was listening to it, I was like, no, I have to read this. This feels like something that I would highlight, tab. This feels like something that could be like my new Six of Crows. That's what I thought whenever I read Strange the Dreamer. It's very much up there with like Six of Crows. And for me, that's a big deal. But that's almost like the expectations that I have for this book, and that scares me. That scares me because it could be devastating. If this book isn't everything, and I think that it is, but if this book isn't everything that I think it's going to be, it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt. Up next, we have one of my favorite authors. Especially for summertime, we have The Unexpected Everything by Morgan Matson. All that I know about this book is that something happens and this girl ends up walking an insane amount of dogs. I'll do a little close-up. Like an insane amount of dogs. Which is cute. I don't usually like people on the cover. Morgan Matson's books, I love her covers for whatever reason. I just do. I can't help it. The very first book I ever read by Morgan Matson was Save the Date. I rated that a 5 out of 5 stars. That was so funny. If you want like a funny summer book, read Morgan Matson. Please. Please read Morgan Matson. Since You've Been Gone, rated it a 4 out of 5 stars. She's a really good author. She's awesome. I love her books, especially for summertime. The past two, well, not the past 2 summers, more like the past 3 summers, because I took last year off for reading. It was a very weird year for me. But 3 summers ago, I read Save the Date by Morgan Matson. Absolutely loved it. The summer after that, I read Since You've Been Gone. I listened to the audiobook version. I'll probably listen to the audiobook version of this one too. I think I already have it on Audible. Absolutely loved it. It wasn't as funny as Save the Date, and that's why I didn't rate it a 5 out of 5 stars, because Morgan Matson, she can write funny scenes. So my expectations are pretty high for this one too. It is a long book. It is a chunker, to say the least. There's like 519 pages. So it is, yeah, it is pretty big. I just love Morgan Matson's writing so much. I hope it's funny. It's YA. I read a lot of YA. But she writes a lot of like coming to age, experiencing love for the first time, things like that, like friendship, relationships, just general fiction. She does it well. She does it very well. I also have Take Me Home Tonight by Morgan Matson. I'm not even going to say that I'm going to get to it this year. You want me to be completely honest? I have no idea. Especially if I'm getting to this one. Because personally, I have to be in a certain mood for Morgan Matson because she is such a specific niche author. But yeah, I'm very excited for this. The next 2 books I've either already started or I'm already in the middle of, like it's already in the process. Today is June 10th, but currently I am in the middle of The Girl in the Blue Coat by Monica, I think it's Hess. I am probably like 60% of the way in this. This is actually a buddy read with my friend Julie. We have a special video planned. I will probably make an announcement for it because I think that it's going to be a reoccurring thing, maybe like a monthly thing. But we have something very, very fun, very exciting planned for our review of this book. I'm enjoying it so far. It's more of a modern historical fiction. It's set in World War II. Basically, this girl works for the black market over in Germany and gets supplies, things of that nature for people who are hiding the Jews or like in the resistance. And it tells about her story of she ends up trying to find this missing Jew, and the only thing that she knows is that she has a blue coat. It's good so far. It is definitely emotional. It definitely carries some hard topics of things about this time. So I always say with historical fiction, definitely really think about it because it is mind turning. You know what I mean? It really makes you think like things like this actually happened. And that's hard to bear. It's hard to think this was our history. People this evil actually lived, and like people actually have experiences with stuff like this. It's kind of heavy. So just take that into consideration. But yeah, it's going good. It's pretty good so far. This next one I'm not far into at all. I've read like maybe 1 chapter so far. We have The Paradise Problem by Christina Lauren. Okay, listen. I have read 2 books by Christina Lauren so far, and whenever I tell you that they have the opportunity to become a favorite author of mine, I mean it. There's 5 stars in here somewhere. This is one of, you know what I mean? Love in Other Words, I rated 4 stars. Honey, Don't List, I rated 4 stars. I can feel a 5 star, and I'm hoping that it's this one. All that I know is that this woman ends up marrying this man for like billions. And honey, me too. Honey, me too. Pop off. But for real, like, I think that I'm going to enjoy this. I'm hoping that it's a little rom-com-y. You feel me? I love a good rom-com. I like to laugh. I like things that are funny. My hopes are up. And lastly, but definitely not least, we have People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. I've never read an Emily Henry book before. Yeah, hello, my name's Kaitlyn. I have never read an Emily Henry until this month. Now, I did try, but I tried like months ago. It was like winter time whenever I tried picking this up, because it's a workplace romance. That's the only thing that I really know about it, is that it has something to do with maybe her work, is what I heard. Started out at work, and I had just read a workplace romance, and I'm one of those people that, like, I don't want the same story right after. And so I was scared that it's a workplace romance. I'm not sure that it is. I'm not positive. But I was scared that it was, and I didn't want the same thing over again, and so I pushed it off, and I'm kind of glad that I did, because now I get to read it in July. And I feel like, you know, vacation, they look like they're out tanning. It feels like a summer vibe, and that's what I need. So yeah. I just realized that these are all hardback. Let me know if you guys have read, I know you guys have read some of these, but let me know what you thought about them down in the comments. Also, if you read any of the books that I read in June, let me know what you thought of them too. Let me know if you went back and watched the vlogs that I went into detail in. But until next time, guys.